Well, hey everybody, it's Tag from Life Done Free. Hey, I know it's been a while since we've done a video, and that was partly because I was preoccupied. I had some other things going on in my life, but I haven't really done an update around the farm video or, what we've been working on in a little bit of time. So we thought we'd get one out today, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll get back to the regular schedule, but in the meantime, you get to listen to Bee and her ramblings because she decided to take the camera and walk around the farm and look at all the things popping up. And, it's almost springtime. And so she'll share her thoughts with you. I hope you enjoy it. So if you're interested in Bee and her ramblings, come on, let's check it out.
Well, I was headed over to the garden and I heard a big old commotion over at the chicken house and came to find a chicken was caught in one of these brush piles. It had pulled its leg into like a V and it was just sitting there flapping. And anyway, got her out. She's over there enjoying life now. We had all these piles of brush in here because the woods were, well, never tended. So we came in and cleared these trees up so we could see a little better down in here. And then now it's like livable space. I mean, they were in here anyway, but it wasn't really, they're in here a lot more now. We piled up the littler brush. I'm gonna be able to come in and pick that up if all goes well with the whole tractor deal. I'll be able to come in with the grapple and pull these littler limbs out, and then the bigger stuff over there is like burnable for the fireplace or whatever. So we've got along this whole rim of the woods. Oh look, here comes Tag. He must have been like going to have lunch or going to get coffee or just driving around. Anyway, not like I'm working right now. I'm having an executive moment. I'm looking around to see what needs to be done. Anyway, we're working on clearing these woods up. Trying to create our own environment, our own sustainable. That's exciting. This is we're getting the community building going. We've got people wanting to help. How grateful are we? How amazing is that we have people who want to come and help build a community building, who donate their time and energy to do so that they can use it too. We can all get together. We've been asked if there could be a wedding there soon. We've been asked if we could have a medical class, but then we have to find a place to do so. We've been asked so many times to get together, and we have to find a place to do so. We have to find a venue that's open and then that everybody agrees on. And sometimes that can be difficult. This gives us one more option to meet, to gather, to enjoy, and to learn. Just having a place to have a medical class would be so helpful for a lot of people. I've got a cow here that's gonna calf, and I don't know the first thing about delivering any kind of baby. This is what we're still working on, trying to figure out what this is all gonna look like as the retaining wall comes in and sits on these footers and goes down to that stairwell. Not quite sure what that's gonna look like. He wants to take this, so this is our powerhouse, and he wants to take the north side of this building and make it into a brooder room to get me and my baby birds out of the house. So I want to go over to the garden and see what's going on. Last time I was in there cleaning it all out, there was cilantro, and I don't know, a few more days until we put potatoes in. We were gonna net over, not net, but something kind of over this pen to keep those birds, to be able to keep those birds in. We replaced that door last fall. It was a bifold door and it just let too much in. This is that tank. Oh, you could see through the bottom? Interesting. This is where the potatoes were and the cilantro. You see a bunch of the seeds are on top. Ah, I'm stuck. Got too close to the fence. This was tomatoes. There was nothing in here. This was corn and cowpeas. And then this was tomatoes and peppers. So I got to go through and look at what you plant, what follows each crop. I think I'm going to work with another community member to garden together so that we can kind of share the load, and that allows both of us to get fresh food and then be able to can it together. We'll have a buddy so that we can share the load. That will be good for her, good for me, and then it'll be fun in the process. How can you go wrong with that? This has been a huge chore to get these beds cleared out and ready. I had stuck that biodegradable paper down on the 2 end rows last year, and of course it's decomposed now, so I have to put something else down or use the hay. Like there's a big mound of hay right there that it's just gonna decompose right there if I don't do anything else with it. Finish that arch and we can be planting in those. Now we have berries along the perimeter of this garden. We're working on that garden. So fruit, vegetables, animals. Now I need a cheese maker and a bread maker. I see why people choose convenience because it is definitely more convenient to go and get a sandwich already made. Definitely more convenient to buy the jelly. High fructose corn syrup. You know what? You can get the non-high fructose corn syrup. You can. You're gonna pay more. And so many bugs are allowed in it, and so many hands touch it, and then, like, is it really what's in it? I mean, they say that it's berries and sugar, but you don't know. Because now they're feeding you cancer meat. Cancer meat! Oh my gosh. Who would have thought? And definitely whiter. This is the chicken coop. Why does it smell like something's dead? It's coming from this pile. I have no idea. That's horrible smell though. Gosh, that'll teach me to wear skinny bottom jeans and boots. Oh, look at the lines in the sky. I just noticed that. What a beautiful place. Minus the, you know, stuff you don't want to look at. It's a lot of work, folks. And there's only so many days in a year, so only so many hours in a day. Only so much we can accomplish. But we're gonna keep at it. All right, here's my little project. Oh, look, more wood. Okay, we got berries that were dug up from the cow yard and have now been placed along the perimeter of the garden. Reach me. Okay, got it. Still gotta smooth these out, but got a lot of the weeds out. Looking back through, there's a bee, a honeybee that won't leave me alone. This was where the pumpkins and squash and stuff were. I just found 2 gourds. Well, what else is here? Don't step in that. All right, so here comes the skid loader. The neighbor with the skid loader coming to do some community work. He goes pretty fast on that. Is he cutting across the field? Cheater. Oh, because it's bumpy on this side. He's gonna start digging, working on the community building. He's donating his time and energy, resources to help dig that foundation out, I guess. Foundation, yeah. Gotta get the dirt work done. Somebody's gotta do it. He's donating himself. These are the swells that Tag put in last year. I'm going to be able to plant in. So these are, there's nothing in these. We put mulch over them too to help keep down the weeds. But you know, part of not okay, I can go to the local stores and buy stuff and just start planting random stuff, which is kind of what I've got going on up here, because I was hoping to make a food forest and Tag didn't want that because it looked unkept, and I've kind of gotten my way. I usually do. I usually get my way. Yes, I'm spoiled. I can't provide food if I can't have a place to provide food. So he's doing his best to make it look more kept, I guess. A little more organized. I'm so excited about the whole food forest abundance thing. Look, we've got Comfrey coming up. Let me get my big old shadow out of the way. Comfrey coming up. These were the blueberries. I'm hoping they come back. He got these from one of the events last year. More Comfrey. I planted Comfrey basically at every item. Food forest abundance thing that, man, what an opportunity to learn about how to do it. Okay, so, you know, you buy the property, you find the property, got it. All right, you get some water, got it. Got some electricity, place to lay your head, little security, some food going. Now what? I have the land, I don't know what to do with it. Look, this was a elderberry. That is one of the first elderberries I put in, and it just gets chewed to the core every single year, because that's why it's so bushy. Last fall I did get to harvest off of it when Silver Lining was here. Look, I'm emptying my boot. When Silver Lining was here, we came up and there was a few of them that had berries on them. We plucked them, we made some juice, and oh, it was so good. So these rows are empty. I've got to figure out what to put in them. This was a fruit pear tree, but the root ball was a non-fruit pear, and the root took, but the graft didn't. And now I need to get that out of there. So there's nothing in the front part of this row. I've got some random trees and some yucca. This is the same thing. This has like yucca and plum. Another row of nothing planted in that. It's kind of weird those are so close together. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I should plant something in the middle of it so I don't have to try to weed eat between the two. It's kind of weird. You don't know what you don't know. Cedar trees in the middle of the orchard. Do I want to leave it? I don't know. Learn about what's in our food. The more we learn about the stuff that they hide, they're hiding stuff. We consume it regularly without even knowing. Ooh, bulbs. Yarrow is coming back. Catnip. Hurricane. Got all of these rows cleared up and ready to plant in. I need to do some research. We have a tulip. My my first ever tulip. Okay, so calendula. Does this come back? Okay, so that's dead. There's so much to do. Always. Always, always, always. There's something to do. So, come out. Kind of like take an inventory, really. You go, okay, this needs to be done. These things need to be researched. These things need to be added. Live forevers are coming up. Or sedum. Garlic needs to be thinned like yesterday. Like forever ago. That's like, that gets moved to the top of the list. Is that mint coming back? Yes, mint and maybe an iris. This was where the rhubarb was, but the deer love to pluck those right out of the ground. They eat them right off. It's a gooseberry that's really thorny. In between all these I have flowers, so I was looking to see if any of that was coming up. Oh, yeah. This is phlox. Tall phlox. Elderberry. These are white echinacea. White coneflower. And I would like this to, ouch. I'd like this to be pretty busy in here. I think I planted this 2 years ago and it struggled for a little bit. I think the dirt was pretty hot, so we had to I had to wait for it to cool down. Lots going on. This is the horseradish, which is all coming up. If you've never seen horseradish, look, oh, this whole root is exposed. I need to put dirt on that. But this whole, I think I just stepped on one. So the whole area is horseradish. Doing as much as I can to grow the food that we can eat to keep us happy and healthy and thriving. That is one of my goals. That's why I'm here. That was my wish. Way back when we learned about the red dye, and then we learned about the other dyes, and then we learned about the chemicals, and now they're talking about cancer meat. Like, when's it gonna end? It's gonna end when we do it ourselves. That's when it's gonna end, because leaving it to somebody else has gotten us where we're at. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work for some people. Some people it works great for. Some people think the convenience of cancer meat is fantastic, and we don't have to kill any animals. We can eat cancer instead. Which is just insane. So I'm going to head over to the garden and check that out. I'll be back. I am out and about looking to see what all needs to be done, but also what is going on, what's coming up, what's growing, what's needing attention. I see all these mullen plants that I'm thinking I might need to look at and see if I can get seeds from. If it's not, look at all this clover coming up. The whole back of the dam. This is a mullen. I think that's it, because they're all really uniform. But with this dam as much mullen that was here, I'm hoping that I get some. What is this? Oh, there's mullen growing right there already. No leaves. Anyway. We got clover coming up. Got some mullen coming up. This is the back side of the dam. You can see we got a new pile of wood over here cut. It's almost like everywhere I look there's a pile of split wood, or wood that needs to be split. This is, so house is over here. This is the location of the new community building. You can see he's already broke ground. This will be the opposite side of the community building from the pond. So this will be the view. He has the wood mill over there with a bunch of logs that he was milling from the trees that came out of this pond. There's the island. And that cove back up in there, it winds and twists up to another pond. But that is where he's going to scoop the dirt off of this hill and bury a pipe over there to create a road coming from this area. I think we've decided to donate, I don't know, 5 acres to the community. So this will be part of that, with the community building over there, a couple of Airbnbs. Over here on this side we'll have RV parking, tent. Well, this whole area will be, if you want to tent camp, it's pretty slopey. But this is the view. There's our dead hedge, beautiful tree. There's the house, the back chimney that I was working on before winter came. There's the range back there into this mound. I mean, it's downhill, so there's a cabin thing up there for range hut. There's a big pile of wood. Came out of the dam. Or came out of the pond area. Is that cedar? Did he? No, that's not cedar. Oh, there's a little clearing. That'd be a nice Airbnb location. So I got a bunch of apple trees and such planted over here in this like circle around this cedar tree. There's a drive back in that way, kind of a little clearing. This is the driveway that will lead. There's a lot of rock, folks, around the dam to the house. This is a second entrance exit, emergency exit. There's the island. This is the closest point. Mullen. This is the closest point to that. Eek, look at that thistle. How do we get the thistle off the island? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 4 there. Look at the thorns on that. Looks like a briar. Oh, something just scurried across the pond there. Oh, it was a bird. This is drying up. This is a little creek bed that holds water. Look, there's a barrel in there. He made a floating raft to help himself work on the dock. And that barrel was part of that raft. There's the house way over there. So community building is still going to be up over that hill there. We're on the opposite side. We're on the camping area of the community. There's a barrel. Here's that driveway. There's the backside of that pipe leading up to a pretty good water way. So this is where we've had people camp over here before. There's a pile of wood for their use. We should probably figure out a way to stack that a little better. He just dumped it with a skid loader when he needed it over here, so. Look at Mullen. We should call this place Mullen Farms. There's Mullen everywhere, everywhere. That, folks, oh my gosh, silver lining. If you were here, this would be like, well, hello, puppy. It's good to see you. This is going to be I'm gonna have to fight tag on not mowing this. I wonder if I can, like, he's gonna hate this. You know what though? I'm gonna have to come over here and do the mowing because he is not gonna have the patience to do that. Here's a hole. Not sure what he's doing. There was a little fire. We should get a ring over here. Charcoal. Yeah, okay, so there's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole. He's digging something. So this pathway that he has cleared needs to be more clear. I think this tree, nope, not that tree, this tree, and those trees, those are coming down. This is going to be the driveway to the community building. This is what he's going to be working on today. Isn't this gorgeous? Look how big that tree is. So I can't zoom in. So he's going to have to, I think what he has decided, he's going to use that pipe sitting up there. He's going to create a dam, put the pipe, fill it to create the road for the community building, which is over there. So the road will come through here, around that field, and that area will be the community building. So I guess technically this area is part of that community building. There's a whole bunch of metal down in there. I'm not sure. We just found that. It's amazing the stuff that you find. Anyway, there's some metal back up in there. Through those cedar trees on the opposite side, there's a bunch of metal. They might have dumped it there. I don't know why people do that. So this is the clearing. What is this? Is that a redbud? Is that an oak? I think it's an oak. Maybe clear some of this out. We need to clear some of this out so that we can open up that pond area. The view. Good hammock trees right there. Look at that. So is that. These three up here with the triangle, or four, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good hammock trees also. So this goes the road. This will be the road. We need to rock it. It's painful to think about how much rock we need around to the dirt road. So this will come in around up over the dam, or up around this way into the community building. That's a tight circle. That's an S. We're gonna have to come and measure that, make sure we can get a concrete truck in there. So all this work, all this maintenance, time and money and energy that goes into a homestead, let alone, right, doing a community center with Airbnbs and tent space, camper space. Why do it? Why do all that? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time and energy. Well, for me, we do it because we need it. We have a need. What is this? Apple. Can't go wrong with an apple. We need to have a space where we can get together. We can unite, work together, better each other. Uh-oh, where's he going? The time is now. Here he comes. I'm in trouble. I've been gone too long, he's gonna say. What are you doing? He's got his coffee. I don't know where to go. Oh, isn't he beautiful? What are you doing?
Hey, Purdy. Come on. I come to pick you up.
Where are we going?
Just make us you have to walk.
You're so nice. Rosie! Did you buy this just to drive me around?
Yep. I'm your chauffeur.
I love that.
I know, right?
Thank you.
Do I get special favors for it?
Absolutely.